The Kansas City Chiefs are no strangers to headlines, but this latest revelation involving Andy Reid has left both fans and experts astonished. Known for his calm demeanor and methodical approach, Reid rarely makes waves outside the game plan. Yet this moment has exploded across the NFL, sparking conversations in every corner of the league. What seemed unthinkable only days ago has now become the center of attention, and no one saw it coming. Reid has always been respected for his ability to adapt, innovate, and prepare his team for any challenge, but his latest move carries weight beyond strategy. The Chiefs community, from players to supporters, is processing the full magnitude of this development. It is not simply about football. It is about leadership, legacy, and the capacity to surprise even after decades in the sport. Andy Reid, the architect of Kansas City's modern dominance, has shown once again why he cannot be underestimated. His decision has created a ripple effect that will shape the weeks to come. To understand the magnitude of Andy Reid's decision, one must first consider his standing in the game. Reid is not just a head coach. He is one of the most successful leaders in NFL history. His reputation has been built on decades of consistency, innovation, and player trust. When someone of his stature makes a move that shocks the football world, it carries meaning beyond a single season. This revelation matters because it alters expectations. Opponents who had studied his tendencies must now reconsider everything they thought they knew. Analysts who had confidently predicted outcomes must revisit their conclusions. For the Chiefs organization, it redefines their trajectory, pushing them into uncharted territory with renewed focus. Reid has always been known for preparation, but this decision suggests foresight on an even greater level. Fans who admire his ahead in both strategy and perception. For a city that thrives on football identity, Reid's bold action reignited passion. The shock evolved into belief that something historic might be unfolding in real time. The national media wasted no time amplifying Andy Reid's decision. Headlines across major outlets framed the moment as a turning point, with analysts debating its short-term and long-term implications. Television panels dissected the details, often disagreeing on the true meaning but unanimously agreeing on its significance. Commentators who once described Reid as predictable now hailed his unpredictability as a weapon. The story spread quickly, overshadowing other league narratives, and cementing Kansas City at the center of football discussion. Media thrives on surprise, and Reid delivered one of the most compelling twists of the season. Beyond football networks, even general news outlets picked up the story, framing it as an example of leadership under pressure. The sheer volume of coverage reflected not only Reid's stature, but also the league-wide impact of his revelation. Whether praised or questioned, his move dominated conversation, ensuring that every team and every fan base had an opinion. The media's reaction amplified its already explosive effect. For rival teams, Andy Reid's decision was more than a headline. It was a complication. Opponents who had built game plans around familiar tendencies were suddenly faced with uncertainty. Preparation, a cornerstone of NFL success, became more difficult overnight. Coaches who studied Reid's strategies for years now faced the reality that he was capable of tearing down expectations in an instant. For defenders tasked with stopping the Chiefs' offense, the revelation created unease. What once seemed predictable no longer felt safe. Rival fan bases, often eager to dismiss Kansas City's dominance, expressed frustration at Reid's ability to stay steps ahead. The ripple effect extended beyond scheduled matchups, as even teams outside the conference acknowledged the shockwave. In a league where competitive balance is razor-thin, any disruption can shift momentum. Reid's decision served as both a tactical weapon and a psychological one, reminding rivals that the Chiefs' success is built on constant evolution. Andy Reid's action revealed more than just strategy. It revealed the essence of his leadership. Great coaches inspire, guide, and elevate, but extraordinary leaders surprise even their closest followers by showing dimensions rarely seen. By breaking from expectation, Reid demonstrated courage, adaptability, and vision. His leadership style has always balanced structure with creativity, but this moment leaned heavily on the latter. It communicated that even the most experienced leader refuses to remain stagnant. Leadership in the NFL is not only about designing plays, It is about managing people, shaping culture, and inspiring resilience. Reid's move reinforced that leadership sometimes requires bold disruption to refocus an entire organization. In doing so, he reminded everyone that the pursuit of greatness is not about comfort, but about challenge. This revelation showcased Reid not only as a coach, but as a visionary, willing to risk shock in order to spark growth. His leadership now resonates beyond Kansas City. To fully appreciate Andy Reid's decision, one can draw parallels to pivotal moments in NFL history. Great coaches have often stunned the league by taking bold steps when least expected. Bill Belichick's mid-season adjustments, Jimmy Johnson's daring roster overhauls, and Bill Walsh's innovative strategies each reshaped football's trajectory. Reid now joins that lineage of leaders whose willingness to defy convention altered the course of seasons. His reputation has long been tied to offensive brilliance, but this latest move places him in conversations about transformational leadership. History remembers those who disrupt patterns, and Reid's action will likely be studied in years to come as a turning point in Kansas City's journey. The comparison underscores that greatness is not linear. It requires moments of surprise, courage, and reinvention. Reid's revelation is not just about this season, but about how future generations will evaluate his career. He has etched another chapter into the story of legendary coaching. In professional sports, the mental game is as vital as physical ability. Andy Reid's revelation provided Kansas City with a powerful psychological edge. By shocking the league, he disrupted opponents' confidence and reframed expectations. The Chiefs, once viewed as predictable in certain areas, now carry an aura of unpredictability. This psychological advantage matters in preparation, in-game adjustments, and playoff matchups. Players who believe their coach can outmaneuver rivals gain additional confidence in their own execution. Opponents, meanwhile, enter contests second-guessing their plans. Reid's ability to generate such an advantage without a single snap being played is remarkable. It proves that leadership extends beyond tactics and into shaping perceptions. The psychological impact of surprise cannot be overstated. It creates momentum without movement, belief without evidence, and fear without contact. In this way, Reid has already influenced outcomes before the ball is even snapped. The Chiefs now carry not just talent, but an aura of uncertainty. The revelation from Andy Reid will be remembered as one of the defining moments of this season. It was not simply about a tactical choice or a headline-grabbing statement. It was about leadership, resilience, and the power to shock even the most seasoned observers. Reid demonstrated that greatness is not confined to consistency, but is amplified by boldness. For his players, it reaffirmed trust. For fans, it reignited passion. For rivals, it reintroduced uncertainty. And for the NFL at large, it underscored why Andy Reid belongs among the greatest coaches in history. His ability to adapt, surprise, and lead in ways no one anticipates is what separates him from the rest. The message is clear. Kansas City will not be defined by expectations, but by their willingness to break them. The season will unfold, but this moment will stand as proof that true leadership is about daring to shock and